Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Every day in America, suicides among the American military number at least 22 per day. This is far too many, but this number is a baseline. It is probably far greater, sadly. In conjunction with the movie The Keeper, which highlights a veteran who is suffering from PTSD and is contemplating ending his life, but decides not to do so and gets better. We want to help people remember and have in front of them the information that they need to highlight this tragedy and to hopefully reach out and help someone who is struggling in the same way as some of those were on the name tapes that our character carried throughout the movie The Keeper. So for 22 days, the Southern Fried Podcast is going to keep a sad number. We're going to keep a running tally using the baseline number 22, starting on September 2nd. And each day that we're on the air, we'll give the updated numbers. We want to highlight this not to promote a number, but to make a difference. There may be someone you know you need to reach out to, listen to, get the information to them. There's not a one-size-fits-all, but we need to let our veterans know that we care, we want to help, and that there's resources for them. The Southern Fried Podcast is committed to do their part to bring this number down. 1 is too many. 22 is an atrocity. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Y'all made it to Friday.
Yes, sir. It is a wonderful day.
It is.
We're alive. The Lord has blessed us. We've seen a lot of great things happen this week, and we're going to see some more great things. So good morning to all of our streams this morning. We are on a number of them, about 8 different platforms this morning. Maybe
Yes.
7 platforms, and then one of those has a double channel. We are live on Instagram out there this morning, and Kick. I'm monitoring Kick and flipped the screen over, and I was monitoring Instagram. They are working this morning. There might be a little bit of a lag on Kick. I think it's got a little bit of a delay. So Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, X, all those wonderful places that we stream to. So good morning, people. Hope everybody's having a happy Friday. Good morning, Earl. It's good to see you, brother.
I'll call you back later on today, Bubba. Ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah, we'll see you there. Yeah. Thanks for that like. We appreciate everybody supporting us. We've had a great week with a lot of cool stuff going on, and we're just continuing to press forward. Don't miss our interview we did with the Catoosa County elections personnel. Deputy Director, I think that was Rebecca Kaysen. She was great. She didn't want to be seen on camera. That's fine. But she was coming through great with her voice and was a lot of fun. And she said she'd be back. Be glad to come back anytime. She friended me last night on Facebook. I'll be seeing her because I work with the elections. So that is Georgia. But, there's going to be some variations. But honestly, most of those dates are probably pretty close to wherever you're at. I mean, it's quickly approaching. We know that. If you're not registered, you better get on it. And sample ballots in Georgia, she believed they were probably fixing to load up. So if you want to see that, educated us on absentee ballot. I learned a lot. There was things there I didn't know, and also about how some things work at the main election headquarters on election night, and some different things they do. There was things there I didn't know. So there's always things learned. It's a lot. And
Yep.
And before we do our town shout out, I just want to say, we did our news desk last night, and we appreciate Chickbait coming in. Robert was trying to get in there early, but we lost him there in the hotel. He's going to give us an update about that. And what was going on. We'll probably have even more time tonight on Front Porch to talk about that. But yeah, appreciate all the folks that were in here last night and for our political news desk. And we were talking about so many things, Rob. Before you got back, we were really talking about the attempted takeout of our former president. We were talking about this breaking news story out of North Carolina, the attack on Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. They're trying to stop him from running. I don't know if those reports are true or not, but CNN is running hot and heavy news. And he had until last night to drop out. He says he's not dropping out, that it's not true. It's dirty. Politics get dirty, Rob. It can get dirty.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said what he said. I know CNN, they can take things out of context and run with it. I know that. So we'll see. Yeah. I really do not know. And good morning, Tar Man. Appreciate the like. We also we're just talking about some of the general things that was going on with the election as well, and we'll be getting back into that. Sunday night we will come back with another SFP news desk, and we're going to get back into it's 46 days today, less than 30 days, Rob, until what was it, early voting. I think less than 30 days. Crazy. So yeah, lots going on, man. Things are speeding up right now, and this other news, and Tarman and him were kind of talking about it. Was just so much going on. Mark Getz from, I think he represents in Florida, he said the Department of Homeland Security told him there are 5 assassination teams in the nation that are out to kill 3 of those from outside the nation. He released that, said that's what they've told them, that there are 5 assassination teams within the country here that to take out former president, 3 of those foreign. So we better be stepping it up. That's all I got to say. We better be stepping it up. Max Security, and he didn't believe that there was enough, so to speak, boots on the ground, sniper teams and everything else. I'll agree. There needs to be more. So crazy. Well, Rob, give us a shout out.
Well, I've got us a very special shout out tonight. We're going to a brand new state. We're going all the way out west to California. We're going to give a shout out to Rough and Ready, California.
I think I've heard that.
And they're ready. So let me put us a picture up here. Give me just a second. This is always fun because I have to operate buttons in the morning. This is one of the buildings there in Rough and Ready.
It looks like a building that would be in Rough and Ready.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't know what other pictures there are. There's the blacksmith. But Rough and Ready, they actually, them and a group of a couple other towns actually seceded from the Union to avoid the gold tax way back when. Established in 1849. Sorry, excuse me. In honor of General Zachary Taylor. But it was destroyed by some of the fires back in 49 and the 49er fire and the whole 9 yards. Present day, not much left of Rough and Ready today. Where's our total population as of 2020 was 905.
Well, that's a pretty good amount.
Ready. Compared to some of them that we've had on there, it is a lot. There's a you can see the old false fronts and stuff on that building there.
Looks like the front of a brothel or something back in the old West or something.
Yeah. There's the blacksmith with the big bike out in front. But Rough and Ready, California.
Mr. Fippen, owner
Yeah,
proprietor of the Blacksmith.
yes. But to Rough and Ready, California, we give you a great big old Southern Fried podcast. Salute.
Absolutely.
We've gone all the
Absolutely.
way.
Rough and Ready. That sounds like some of our programs, Rough and Ready.
It sounds like you in the morning. Tankers.
Yeah, you sound like the Rough and Ready this morning.
Dude, I don't feel good this morning. I'm there, though.
Yes, Tarman.
Yeah.
Correct.
With that. But if you notice, in honor of my visit up to the Dawsonville Town Hall meeting last night on the monkey farm, I'm wearing the hat. And if you'll notice, right over there is Dave's hat. You want me to sign it for you? I can do it.
No, I want my hat released from hostage situation it's in. We're going to send in the we're going to send in the negotiation team and surround your house. And there'll be bullhorns later today until the hat is released. Just send the hat out unharmed, and then we'll negotiate a peaceful stand down to this hostage situation.
We got to find a box.
SWAT teams are gathered now. No, it's great. I know you got to at least talk to some people, and I've made some comments online, and they appreciate that. And give us, I know we can talk more about it tonight, but give us the main gist. I know they were talking about the EPA part or the waste part. Yes. I'm pretty sure that came up, but was there any sense of where this goes next, or any updates to where we are now besides court case waiting for that to drop?
Basically, we're waiting for the court case to drop. They're very positive about some of the results that may come about with the court cases. If it goes beyond the court case, and then they have to start fighting them on the make sure everything's permitted correctly and stuff like that. If it's not, then it can drag out. But the state of Georgia is set up to where you can get your permit eventually. You can correct the issue and go forward, which is the way it should be, because if you have issues, you should be able to fix them and move forward. However, the whole animal testing thing's a dying thing. We've already had one big facility out in Texas shut down. They're not thinking that the animals that are bred for animal testing will be around much longer than 5 years. So I don't even know why they're fighting so hard for this. It's silly. It's asinine.
Well, and I think, as this, and again, we've said, and that's what we've tried to say up here in North Georgia, this fight is not just a Bainbridge, Georgia fight. This is across the country. And it needs to be united across the country, and people need to stand up and say, and investigate and find out. I want to know more. We don't know enough. We don't know enough about how widespread this is. I would like to know some sort of a number on, where they're at, what states that this animal testing is going on, what kind of numbers we're talking about, and is there any other movements out there that are, trying to stop this? Because I think you could see this grow into a national movement across the nation. I really do.
Yeah, and I had some questions last night, and the answer was I don't know. Nobody knows why. These monkeys, they're animals. They come from different countries. We don't have any monkeys native to this country except for ourselves, especially Dave. And not saying that you look like a monkey, but a little bit like a bald-headed.
Which we did that story where those people in was it Cambodia, I think it was, where they were talking about these monkeys had been sort of messed up by the tourists. They said they would have to sell them to animal testing facilities, which they said was cruel, cruel treatment.
Okay. Well, my thoughts on this were, number one, why are we raising monkeys here? Why don't they set these facilities up in the countries in which the monkeys come from? If the monkeys happen to escape, they escape. They're already there. You know, the waste of materials and stuff like that, it's already prevalent there. It's not prevalent here. Why not? And it'd be an interesting source of income such as that. Why not set them up there
Well,
instead of here?
I wouldn't want it there. But how do we know that it's not? I mean, we don't have any kind of data. We don't have any data
No.
points on
But
how much that's going on here. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because of money. That's why it's going on. It's going on because of money. It wouldn't be going on any other reason. If it wasn't profitable, somebody's buying this, and that's really, I think the key here, just my opinion, is not only this because this facility that's breeding them and raising them and selling them. Really they should be looking at the labs. What labs? Put the spotlight on the labs that are buying the monkeys and doing a lot of the testing. There may be, I don't know if the monkey farm itself will have any testing going on. I haven't heard for sure whether that happens there, but we know the lab does. That's why they get them. And we need to know how many labs are in America and, names. We need to know who they are, where they're at, what kind of numbers we're talking about that's going on in America. Then, yeah, you can push it out and, people around the world could, say, hey, it's enough. I mean, we don't want it, but yeah, we do need to, undoubtedly. And how do we know, Rob? It could even be foreign owned entities that are doing that here.
I don't know. To finish my thought, or what I was saying there, they said that the main reason why they think that these other countries aren't having the facilities set up there and are pushing to have them set up here was because in these other countries, they're not giving them $300 million bonds. They're not giving them $56 million in tax payments and stuff like that. So they're actually pushing them to be set up here. And it's an economic disaster that's going to be hanging over our heads for as long as the facility is up and going.
Well, as I said, the thoughts go together. It's money. It's always the money. And yeah, they're giving them that. But again, who owns them? I mean, where is this company that was mentioned? I don't want to say it right now, but are they based here? Or are they from another country? I mean, that's interesting information we need to do some research on. I think we could just do some research. And I don't know how much they know that we can get from them. But there is information they have posted on their site that we can go out there. I didn't get a chance to go all the way through that. There is something posted. I've got to go and do a little more there. So, But
one of the speakers they had there last night, I've got to give her a shout out. And a lot of people may not know who this is. I do. Miss Pam Martin Wells, probably one of the greatest female anglers of our time, was there last night. She's now a coach, coaching kids how to catch bass and stuff like that. And I want to get back on the monkeys, but I got to give this shout out, dude. Her whole thing last night was great. I even got her to sign my hat. But I would love to have her on here sometime. She was amazing. She has fish. She's been on the cover of Bass Pro magazine, I don't know, several times, several videos out there on her, and she is just amazing. And I want to give her a big shout out this morning. But she's talking about water pollution and how, she grew up fishing on the Flint. That's where she grew up, right here at Bainbridge. And, if this stuff gets out in the water, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
Well, like I said, there's 3 tracks on this, I think. And that's my opinion. There may be more, but there's 3 tracks. One is that. One is the actual testing. And you're going to get different people. Some people are going to be on all 3 of these. Some are just going to be on one. You're going to have those that are just against the testing. They're not really, they may use the other as we don't need that either. You're going to have some that are really concerned about the release of waste. And you're going to have others that said, I don't want my grandchildren saddled with this debt that that you're giving them and all this, we're paying for that. This is going to come back on us. We're responsible for that. And I know I know they have business models that says how much is going to come back. You have to have all that for these plans. The development authority could actually share that, but still it's always debatable. And every city and county, and Georgia's been one of the big states to do it. Tennessee has, it's happened in Chattanooga. Chattanooga took a lot of heat on all that they gave Volkswagen when they came in. They've also took a lot of heat on the latest deal to move the Chattanooga Lookouts, because they gave them those. I mean, those were a lot of discussions about the money. So, they were threatening to move the team to another town and all this stuff, and they got it, and it's now, I think, under construction. Everything's signed and sealed and ready. There were a lot of people that said, we want to have jobs, but you just gave away the farm, so to speak, to Volkswagen, and those are just things that people. There's three main tracks right there. That testing, again, the waste, and then the money that's involved, and da da da. And I think probably, Tarman, you probably bring up another one is hurricanes, and is there a possibility of that? Who knows what could happen? I know they said. Remember, they said in the interview it was to a Cat 3, I think, protected or something like that was the structure, or that was the intention. But it's amazing. I posted this up here in a local town, and one of the guys said, well, that's already been built. And I said, no, it hasn't. So in his mind, it had already been built. And I said, no, it's under a court order right now. Land has been cleared. It's not been built. So people have heard about it up here. At least some people. I'm going to say a lot of people have, but there are some people that pay attention to the news. They knew about it. So they were trying to tell me, because I was trying to rally people up here, pray for Bainbridge. You look what could happen to your town, or imagine this happening in your town. And he said, well, that's already been built. I said, no, it's not. So trying to get right information out there.
Yeah.
Tarman, you put things only the way that you can.
Yeah. They brought up that the facility was built. Back in 94, we had the 100-year flood down here. And, and then you talk about a Cat 5 hurricane. He says he doesn't think any facility can be built to withstand that or the flood. Nothing. There's really not much you can do for those two scenarios. And we've had some pretty good hurricanes come through here. Michael came through. It was still at 1 when it hit here, which is not a 5. It's a long way from it. But we have had the flood.
Yeah.
And if it won't withstand a flood, and it being less than 2,000 feet from the Flint River, why are we putting it in? Why would we take a chance on that stuff being released?
Well,
yeah.
And that's the fourth track, is people don't want it in their backyard because of where they live or whatever. But I'm going to tell you, the reason they want it, the they that there's money. There's money, a lot of money flowing here, and from the development side, they can, that's a feather in the cap that we got this place. We're putting so many jobs here. It's a big investment, the construction and all, people putting people to work and everything during construction, all that. They'll tout those things, and they'll talk about the economic impact of a place. So the money that she was talking about is just incredible. And, there's just different entities that's going to be very interested in this on different sides, all sides. And so, looking at it from a pure, not looking at any other thing, looking at it from a pure economic standpoint, who wouldn't like to brag in a town that size that they produce 250 jobs? No matter what kind of jobs they are, they're going to want to brag about that, because that they get heat for, what are you doing to earn the money you're earning as this economic developer or whatever? Our former senator up here said he was over the economic development. I don't know if it was exactly called that, but he was basically on the board of that, got some money from it. It was part of his income in the North Georgia area, and people every election, or even before the election, but especially during the election, they'd say, "What jobs have you brought in?" So there's always a lot of heat about that, and they want to be able to toot their horn. Doot, doot, look what I've done. Those are things you can say election time. Although you run the risk of being not elected, because if you have enough people that are against this, then it turns. That's why I say it's a double-edged sword. One way it's really good, other way it cuts you bad.
What they were talking about last night, though, is a lot of these economic development committees or whatever, commissioners or whatever, and all this kind of stuff. They come in with the councilman or the mayor or whatever, and they set this stuff up. These are not elected positions, and they get to decide without being elected in what they do. They don't answer to the people. Their bosses do. And the only way to replace them is to replace the bosses.
Well, that's kind of a thing nationwide. There's
I like it.
those are questions that are out there, but you'd make the one who is responsible for the hiring, you put the heat on them, and you tell
Well,
them
it's the case.
we won't forget at election time. We won't forget.
Right. And if that's the case, then there needs to be 100% transparency as to what is going on and what we're voting, they're deciding on, and what decisions are being made, and what meetings are being held. They need to have 100% transparency, 100%, because you can't go out and it's like on this facility, start setting up this facility and everything, and start hammering this deal through without the people knowing about it. You can't. Yes, that's just fundamentally, morally, ethically, everything on that to me is wrong. This is America. You don't decide for us. Come on.
Well, just to be fair here, we in a way, yes, they do, because we're a constitutional republic and we elect people to make those decisions. We don't get to make every decision. It's not a majority rule because of that. That's why sometimes we don't like. That's why we have elections. We elect our representatives to make decisions. We're not contacted for a vote on every decision that's made. I would just say yes, the transparency needs to be there on the meetings and when those are going to happen. Yes, on all that, but we're not consulted on every decision. Although they'll put out things they're going to maybe have executive sessions about things they're going to vote, because we elect our representatives to do that. We elect members of Congress. We elect a state, our senator and representatives in our state, then on the national level. But we elect them. They're supposed to be working within what's best for us, or what's best for our area, or what's best economically and safety and all that. So that's how we hold them accountable, is at the ballot box and through campaigns such as email, phone calls, protest, things they're doing, town halls, getting the news out, absolutely. And that's what they're doing. That's how you fight back, is you get the public sentiment on your side, and you let them know we don't want it here. So if they try to force that through, it's, as they say, it's political suicide. And it doesn't mean that'll stop, because some people say, well, if they've already got their portion out of it and they don't want to run anymore, they might not care. Sadly, that can happen too. But we do elect people to make decisions for us. And I have said before many times, okay, you don't have my vote anymore because you did not live up to what you said you were going to do. And if you're not going to do that, that makes you a liar, and then you lose my vote. And so we may have to endure them until the next time. If enough people feel that way, they're voted out.
Well, another person that was there last night was Gordon Rogers. He's the executive director of Flint River Keeper.
And I did listen to some of his speech. I'm going to listen to all of it, but because there is a video out there, and I've listened to a portion, and I heard a portion of his. Yes, we do. It's a little low in volume, but it's actually a really good recording. I'm going to listen to it all today. I didn't have time last night with all that was going on, but I did listen to some of his thoughts. So, do we know if there's anything set up the next, like if there's another town hall set up, if they're going somewhere else? Is there anything like that you know of?
I have not heard of anything as of this point in time.
Okay.
But I will keep my ear to the ground and staying in touch with some people there, and we're going to be swapping some notes anyway. So,
Rob, you think it's possible that in the next week or so, or a couple of weeks, you could go to where that's been cleared and get us our own pictures? It's ours. We're not borrowing anybody else's. Could you make a trip to Bainbridge and I think go to the Walmart or something and go find that location and just get some on the ground pictures for us?
Let's see what I can do.
That'd be great. Hey, let's run a commercial. It's the bottom of the hour.
Of the Flint River too.
Yes, I would like all that. That would be great. We can get stuff, but I want our own. We'll have, that's ours. We can post and do things with that. We could do a reel or we could do our own info. We can do whatever we want if it's ours. So that's why I say we don't want to borrow somebody else's, because they could always come back on us and say, well, that's our picture. We don't want you using it that way. But if it's ours, then we can do about what we want.
Amen. We like doing what we want.
That's right, because we are. What was that name of that town? The Rowdy?
Rough and ready.
Rough and ready. Because we're rough and ready. And we're rowdy.
And good looking. Well, one of us is. All right. Well, let's run a commercial and we'll be right back.
The Southern Fried Podcast now has its own store. Go to sfplive.com/store. These links are also found on Facebook and X and some of the other social streams. You will find shirts and hats and mugs and bags and all kinds of items with many different designs. These are just but a few of the more than 250 items that we have with different designs. We hope you'll come and shop, support the podcast. Every dollar that is paid will go towards keeping the podcast growing, and we thank you for your support. sfplive.com/store. Go shop today and get that favorite person in your life their Southern Fried Podcast item, and it'll help us advertise the podcast as you wear these things or take these things out into the public. We thank you for your support. If you have any questions, email us at southernfriedpodcast@yahoo.com. We'll be glad to answer. We're running some specials as well, 20, 25, and even 30% off in some cases. This will eliminate the mailing charges for sure. So go to sfplive.com/store for your Southern Fried Podcast items today. Remember, Christmas is just around the corner. Thank you. And we're back. In relation to the store, appreciate running that ad. There is a 20% off campaign promotion that's going on right now. In fact, today, I was going to do it last night. I got so busy, was not able to do it. I made sure, because it started yesterday, the campaign, the promotion for 20% off, and I'm going to make a purchase from there. So I've had it in in my cart, so to speak, and was trying to get that done last night. It was just so much going on, I wasn't able to do that. So, but we'll make sure you get in there and order some stuff, and get somebody something for Christmas. Put it on the wall, do something with it. But it does help us. So we are exploring a couple of new opportunities as far as streams. We're not sure yet. I've got one that I'm looking at now, just trying to keep us out there and our brand out there. We've got a lot of different ideas that we want to do as we're coming up on the holidays and stuff, and looking at doing some things there. But anything we can do to get our name out there and our brand, ongoing interviews will continue. And one of the things I want to say real quick, this is the morning show, but everything kind of got bumped last night as I was in about 3 different discussions, and then we started talking about the monkey. But I had the wrong James magazine. I had my education copy, and I wanted to highlight, this is the lobbyist copy. And of course, you're always going to have lobbyists, folks. And believe me, there's lobbyists that are involved in this. I'll guarantee you in this monkey form. But I wanted to cover, they have this wonderful section. If you don't get the James magazine, it is a political magazine, which for Georgia. And so this is what it looks like. This is my latest issue. But they do this section called floating boats, not floating and boats, but floating boats. There's a couple of articles in here that I wanted to, or just little quick things, and both of these are sinking. The boats are sinking. This concerns Georgians, so this is why I want to share it. This is the second art of the boat. We'll say the second boat down. Be careful where you get your news. We know that. Be careful where you get your news. An Iranian-backed fake news website calling itself Savannah Time. Oh, they think they're slick, right? Savannah Time is one of several fall websites targeting Georgia voters. The site was identified by Microsoft's Threat Analysis Center and uses AI tools to plagiarize content and stir controversy heading into election season. Foreign actors attempting to meddle in U.S. elections using ever-evolving artificial intelligence to target voters on both sides of the political divide have election security sinking. And that's not what you want to hear, Rob, right as we're getting ready to go into the voting. But that's not the only one. But that is an Iranian entity using AI, call themselves Savannah Times. So I haven't looked this up. I don't know if they've shut it down or looked at it or whatever, but they're trying to make themselves look like a Southern news site for Georgia. That's concerning.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's another one here, and I'll give it. Cobb County Superior Court Judge Kelly Hill ruled that the county commission maps used in the May 21st primaries are unconstitutional and must be nullified. This mess began in 2022 when the Democrat majority Cobb Commission mapped out its own district county lines map, ignoring the law giving that responsibility to state legislature. The commission then used its new map for this year's primary elections, which will not now have to be redone because the Democrat map is unconstitutional. A costly and time-consuming headache for Cobb taxpayers and voters has the commission Democrats sinking. That's two articles I thought was definitely needed to highlight right here in good old Georgia. So,
well, you hear everybody talking about the steal. The election was stolen. Well, how was it stolen? The people voted. It's stuff like that. It's stuff like, when you push out one party and push one party and push one party, you don't give equal time on the news stations. You got 3 or 4 of the news stations just hounding one of the political candidates, which is happening again this year, by the way. Nothing good can be said about one of the candidates, and they just gush all over the other one. And why is the media? I know why. But what business is it of the media to push a candidate down somebody's throat? They're supposed to be reporting the news. They're not supposed to pick a side. All we want from them is the news, not their side. They can take their side, and stick it in their ear. I don't care about their side. I want news. But they hammer and push and gush all over one, and then the other one, they just go after with a hammer. What's right about that? I mean, this is state news. I mean, is that what we're coming to now? We have to go by what we see on the TV?
Again, it goes back to money. Who has their hands in the pockets of those news organizations and pumping money there? Sometimes, a lot of times it does go back to that. So have to be careful. Another item that's kind of for our area, we covered Cobb and down, Georgia as a whole, but it sounded like towards Savannah, setting them up to influence Georgia voters. A nice article. I have not had a chance to read all of it locally about the possibility of dissolving the city of Rossville, not because it's just too costly and letting that just become, county business and everything. That's interesting. It's very interesting. So there's a lot of talk. It's the silly season, so
Well, speaking of the season, I'm going to give our 3-day down here. It looks like we're going to have a nice weekend. It's going to be a little warm, but it's supposed to be mostly sunny and pleasant. The high's around 90. Lows around 65.
I don't call 90 pleasant.
It's a lot better than 190 or 100.
I mean, we're going to be at 90 for a couple of days, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, blue skies.
Yeah,
some rain maybe Wednesday, but it's going to be back down to 70. It's going to be down to 75 a week from today, or that's what's projected. But I get it, yeah, but I still don't call 90 pleasant.
No, we do. We do, sir. We do. Now, it says for our next week, it's supposed to be up around the upper 80s and lower 90s until next Thursday. It's going to cool off to 83 and a chance of some rain.
I think that's probably the last blast of summer.
Yeah, don't say that. Now. It could be false fall. And that's the thing. That is a thing, and you don't realize how much of a thing that is till you get down here. Oh my gosh. So yeah. I'm
Yes.
tired.
Caught him between thoughts there.
Yeah, I was caught right in between thoughts, and all you can say at that point is, "I'm tired." So,
I
excuse
feel
me.
pretty good. I'm a little tired, but not too bad. Not too bad.
Mm.
I had a hard time going to sleep last night. I was a little wired up doing different things, and finally got to sleep. Um, I hear you, tired man. Um, trying to. I thought I had messed up. I was loading up a couple things, and I thought I'd messed the sound up, but I didn't. And I took it down. Now I got to put it back up. It's crazy, crazy. It's easy to get kind of twisted up in all the streams and all the different things we load into, and sometimes it make your head spin. Just different things we're doing, and because everything has its own unique character. And we have people that are watching us, and most of those, I mean, there may be one or two that's newer that they don't, but most of those are, being monitored, and people get us from there. And so, we try to get everything up in a timely manner, and the live streams are not loading; they don't load directly into everything. So we have to make that happen. It's not that hard. You just have to go through the ritual, I call it, of getting those things done. So, but yeah, sometimes I work late into the evening. I got to show you this. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't, but
Oh, go ahead.
well, this is. I was looking at. This is just one. We'll say this is the feelings of some voters. Some
Okay.
voters. We're not saying it's ours. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't.
Don't be scared. You can't do that and then not put it up. You'll be keeping all of our friends out there
Well,
in suspense.
Well, this guy, he looks like he would probably be the kind of guy that would listen to us. I don't know, but this is what he says.
We can't see it.
Farmer Brown there got the overalls on. He's been working. You can tell he's been working, and he has put this toilet out by the road, and with a sign right by his mailbox: "Deposit Harris votes here." I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we're going to see a lot of stuff. So that
Oh
ain't
yeah.
like a made up meme. That's a real guy. I mean that guy that he's posted one of the things that we post to out there. Um, so yeah, crazy.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Now y'all.
And, but to be fair, I mean they make things up about President Trump. I mean it's
Yeah.
if you want to go find it, it's both sides. They're all doing that. So um,
But let's just take an official stand here on the Southern Fried Podcast. We don't think anybody's vote should be chunked in the toilet. We may
no,
not agree with your vote, but it's your vote. It's yours. And it's yours to do with as you see fit, and you vote your conscience.
yeah.
It's yours. Can't nobody take that away from you. And we don't want to take that away.
Appreciate all the folks coming in from X this morning. We're going to wake Robert up. He looks like he's about to go to sleep.
No, Robert's awake. He's just, he kind of had a rough night last night. I'm going though. So
He looks a little melancholy. Like he looks like he's ready for front porch, sitting on the front porch, kick back, watching neighbors go by.
yeah, I can handle that this morning.
Yeah. So you have this finger thing you do in the car. So the people on the side of the road, do they have one they do for the people in the car? Do they do the one finger if it's one person they know driving, or two, three,
No,
or they just wave?
they just have one finger.
What?
They're one finger galoots. Generally, they seem like they're angry. I don't know why. Maybe it's because if you see them on dirt road, they know they're fixing to get dusted.
Crop dusted.
Yeah. Or if they're out there on the paved road, maybe they're fixing to get splashed with water. I don't know. We try to avoid the mud puddles and stuff. We try not to dust them and splash them, and sometimes it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most of them don't even look at you. They just got their heads down and walking. Most of them probably have a vehicle broken down somewhere nearby. And you might want to stop and see if they need a ride.
What, people don't go walking down there?
No.
Nobody
Not
walks?
this time of year. Well, I did for a while, and I still do some, but it gets so blooming hot out here unless you're out there early.
By the way, why aren't you doing your walking?
I am doing my walking.
Well, I ain't seen a picture in weeks.
Well, I
You used to send us pictures. You sent us some voicemails and voice messaging and all that.
Back there when I had to get out there and walk to get my steps in. Now I can do around here and do around out yonder, and I got stuff to do to occupy me. I can get out there and work some, and I still get some.
No, I want to see the sunrise and the fields. And me and Cook missed that. We ain't seen that in forever. I just figured you quit walking.
I'll get you some pictures like that.
Yeah.
You're just jealous this morning.
You just get up, do your walking, and take that hat down the mailbox and put it in the mailbox headed to North Georgia.
I got to get a box to put it in.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to get a hold of.
But the correct box is, I've got to get the correct box to put your hat in.
Yes, it does need to be the correct. We can't be one of those campy boxes from, we won't name a country, but you know what I'm talking about. And they're made, I think they're kind of bamboo-ish material, and they're real flimsy. Yeah, I've done a lot of shipping and receiving in my career, and you hated getting things in from those areas because the boxes be falling apart. A lot of times the stuff's falling out of them, torn. Not good. It's almost like the material's kind of wet. You know, I hate those boxes. I wouldn't even call them a box.
I think some of the best boxes you can get out there are from Victoria's Secret.
I would not know, Rob. I would not know. I'm glad to say that you know that, but
if your hat comes in a Victoria's Secret box, they're labeled to David Cordell, then you will know.
No, I won't, because I'm going to tell you what would happen.
What?
My 12-year-old granddaughter would see that and open it up, even though it was addressed to me. I told her not to do that, but she would think that I had ordered her something. And would do that in her excitement. She would be thinking I had ordered her in something and just forgot to put her name on it. She'd
be like,
she don't normally open my stuff, but we had two things. Yeah, we had two things coming in one time. She opened mine because she thought, I thought it was mine. I thought it was just addressed to you. She gets so excited to get stuff in the mail.
Oh,
I need to do that soon. Is just send her something. There's a great feeling of watching the wonder of a child. Yes. And the joy of a child who gets something in the mail, and that the wide eyes, she still gets that, you know. And I don't think she'll ever lose it. My wife never has. My wife just lights up to get something in the mail. It's like, well, what is this for me? You know, she loves that. It's the mystery, the curiosity.
Y'all do a lot of online shopping then.
Do what?
So y'all do a lot of online shopping then.
I do most of my shopping online now. I don't go to stores too much. One, I'm busy. It's just easier. I get better deals, and I don't have to deal with crazy people, bad service, road rage, people getting road rage, you know, because it's just crazy out there. So I do, and I never thought I would be that way, but actually, if you use the Amazon Prime and there's no shipping charges, and sometimes you can do that through Walmart too. You can get some really good deals like that. What can I say?
So you really have turned into the grouchy, cantankerous old man.
No, I'm great. I've always have a smile on my face, man. Unless I feel bad.
But if you had to go to the store and you had to deal with bad service and you had to deal with drivers,
I'd still be kind to them.
You'd be kind, but you'd be grumpy.
No, I just come on here and be grumpy. That makes for good podcasting.
You save all this just for me?
Yeah, I do. I do. It makes for good podcasting.
Oh, okay.
I am a very there are a few issues that would get me instantaneously mad. I am a very slow person to anger because of many reasons. Jesus, the main reason. I stop and catch myself, let the Holy Spirit minister to me, and no, I don't want to project that way. I can be frustrated, but angry, and plus it's not good for you physically. As we age and stress level and all those things, when I'm on here, I'm just rocking. I'm not stressed out. I'm just going on about what happened, having fun with it. It's a real event. There are things that are stressors in my life, and I do get angry sometimes, but that's rare. I don't feel good. If I get angry, I feel bad. Physically, I feel bad. Two, I feel bad because I don't want to project that way. There's a time to have what the Bible would call, spiritually righteous indignation. There are causes to stand up and be angry about. But just as a fly off the handle mad, I don't like doing that ever, because I think when you do that, you have lost control, and you open the doorway for the devil to do things with you that you wouldn't normally do. And we see that in news all the time, crime, too, because you're going to say the wrong thing or something. You're not. I don't want to destroy my witness. And secondly, I just feel physically bad if I allow myself to get angry like that. And I work very hard to stay stress-free as I can.
And, a lot of people, there's stressors every day. And that's one of the reasons I admire my wife so much. She has stressors on her too. And the way she handles them and deals with them a lot of times versus the way I would handle or deal with them is like 180 degrees. Now, both ways would probably work, but hers, the way she does it in a calm, cool manner, it just amazes me. Some of the stuff that just absolutely just make me go,
Yeah.
And I don't like going, either, and it's stuff that can make her go, but she just the epitome of just being graceful in that moment. And I think that's one of the things men struggle with sometimes.
Oh, they do. That's why they die young or younger.
No, that is not why men die younger. Women outlive men because because they laugh more. And they're laughing at us.
Again, stress free. That's what it is. The reason why you don't go. Men don't go to the doctor like they should. They push things off, and they let their temper roll, and they don't know how to take things in moderation. Their ego gets ahead of them, and they want to do like when they're 20, when they're 60. And so you push yourself. It's like going out and shoveling snow if that happens. There's heart attacks every year because they think they can go out there and shovel all day long, and they can't. And they kill themselves. I mean, they do, because they put their heart through a stress that it can't handle. And you have to learn moderation.
I'm going to throw this out there. Okay. Women laugh more than men, and they're laughing at men. They're laughing at us. Now, if they were funnier, we would probably live a little bit longer. but no. And I saw this on a thing.
I don't know if they're laughing at us. I think they complain about us because we act stupid sometimes,
No, they're laughing at us. And if they were funnier, we would live longer. And what they do, no, they got to have us to live longer. So they got stuff to laugh at. So they laugh at us. And then when we die, they go find them another clown. And that was a comedian there that was, I had to slip that in there so I could finish the whole story.
Just remember, gentlemen, if you have a collection of anything, when you die, it'll be a garage sale or a yard sale that will happen very quickly. And all this stuff that you have that's worth a lot of money will be going on pennies on the dollar.
Yes.
Because they want it gone for several reasons. One, it reminds them of you. They're sad. Secondly, they're not interested in it like you were. And so this great collection, that's retirement. Thirdly, if you die, get it out of here. I don't want it anymore.
Thirdly, it's been cluttering up their house for years.
That's it. It happens all the time. I see it all the time. So that tool collection, garage full, somebody's getting some deals, baby.
You're right. You're right. You want to get good deals on power tools? You hit the obituaries.
Just pay
That
attention.
sounds horrible. That sounds horrible.
It's true. I'm not saying I would pay attention to obituaries, but that's kind of morbid right there, Robert. But
sorry. But, it's kind of true.
also, if you have a car that you was, wanting to, build up and it just sit there and you've been saying, I'm not going to sell it.
Gone.
When you die, come
Gone.
get this thing.
Yeah.
They will sell it.
Yeah.
Just saying, they're not interested in that car. Mostly,
Nope.
there are exceptions, but for the most part,
one of the things
coffee pot.
there is.
That's why you got to do the K cup, baby. By the way, I have this morning. I have the Black Rifle Coffee Company. My wife went and got me this. This was called one coffee round, like a round. This is the Black Rifle Coffee Company, and this particular one. And by the way, it looks like a cryptid on the front. It's funny. They have this one. They have a Tactisquatch brand, and here it is.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm drinking this morning. So she knows I like Black Rifle coffee and support military. They're all veterans that started that business, and so this is the dark roast. And here you can see this picture on the end right here. This is that yeah, that's what we've seen out there coming across the border.
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't Chupacabra. They don't let him in.
Well, they said they did.
They said, but it was definitely not the Chupacabra.
Are you doubting? Are you
Yes.
doubting those people?
Yes.
See, you're negative. You're negative. You were negative about the alligator in Lake Erie. You were negative about that. You said, not only you're negative, you said, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't. Too far north. Their nostrils would freeze shut in the wintertime.
So you don't believe that there are alligators in the sewers of New York?
No.
No, you're wrong, because there's stories. There was just one I pulled up the other day. I didn't put it on the side.
Stories?
A picture from sewer workers showing an
I
alligator that they got out of there.
I saw a story on the Chupacabra, Dave.
I did too. He come across Texas.
Yeah, whatever. They don't let them in here. I'm just saying, I saw stories on Bigfoots and ghosts and Loch Ness monsters, and you just ordered some Big Feet coffee. Oh, Bigfoot coffee.
Not big feet. That's nasty. Big feet. What in
What's
the world?
Okay, that said some Bigfoot coffee. So
that just sounds nasty. Big feet coffee. What's that? Is that like the foot roast, the fungus roast,
feet,
the corn roast? Is that what that is? Somebody soaking their feet? Yeah, that's nasty. Good gosh. Yeah. I don't know if I've told you. I think I have. I'm not a fan of feet. I don't want nobody's feet on me. Feet are nasty. They take a beating your whole life. Baby feet are one thing, but once you start walking on them rascals, and you've destroyed them, with those sweaty socks and shoes and running around, and they get all they start just curling up, and they got corns on them and growths on them and scales.
Dude, you must have some nasty feet, dude.
No, man, go in town. The next time you go to town, look at all the people wearing sandals and flip flops, and look at how nasty those feet are, and tell me you want that propped up on you.
Oh, dude, look at this. I like how he did this. He says underneath it, it's a joke. Read it again. I ordered some Bigfoot coffee.
I haven't
seen it yet. Because Bigfoot is the world champion hide and seek player.
Yeah, well, he had me at foot, because as Chickbait was saying last night, he had me there because that got my attention. The feet.
Oh my goodness!
It's Friday, man. We're a little slow. We're a little punchy today.
Yeah. We shouldn't be. We should be excited because the weekend's here.
Well, there's work to do. I'm going to work. In fact, it's 7:00. I got to go.
Yeah. So, all right, finish off your coffee there.
It's finished. Love you, Tar Man.
cantankerousness out of your system so you can go. And I'm glad that we do this show in the mornings. That gets all that cantankerous out. I'll take it. I'll bear the burden. That way, when you get to work, you can be like all pleasant and happy and smiles. And I probably help your day out a lot. This is like therapy for Dave, and I'm his therapist.
Oh, that's scary. That is absolutely scary. Good Lord. That's one couch I don't need to be on.
Huh.
What are you? What do you like? You like Bob from What About Bob? You're now my therapist. Is Bob?
Yes,
because that's about what you would be.
I love that movie.
I did too. It's one of my great stress relievers and reducers. Love that movie. In fact, I need to watch that again.
Yeah,
that'd be a great one to watch this weekend. Oh, one last thing before we go. I put it on our side as well. They've released this little short. It's about a little over 3 minutes long, almost 3.5, about the Keeper movie. George Eshelman is featured throughout it. Pictures, him talking, other veterans. If you have not watched that, please watch it. And yes. he is challenging people to like and send it out. And he's also talking about the November 8th, but it has got great scenery from the hiking trail and everything. I mean, this is a behind the scenes. They talk to Angus Benfield, the actor director of The Keeper. It is great. I didn't know he had is he Australian? He had an accent. I didn't realize he had. That's the talent of a man that can change his voice around to a Southern redneck soldier. But go watch that. It's on our side, or go to George Eshelman's Facebook or The Keeper. They just released this. It is absolutely great to watch. And just they're wanting to get that message out there. There's help for you, brothers. There's help for you if you're struggling. So
you got to open your mouth. People know.
Go give them a like and a share.
Yes. All right. We love y'all. God bless you. Have a great day. And we will see you back here tonight at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
God bless you. Enjoy your Friday. Salute. And salute to Rough and Ready, California.
Rough and Ready. I love it.